Our next speaker, and again, what's funny, Valyn, I just met her today, in fact. It's great to meet you, Valyn, but she was an only child. Anybody here an only child? Raise your hand. You're weird. You're weird. Oh, yeah, you got all the attention. We have pictures of you when you were younger. I'm the third child. There's not one picture of me. Okay. So she goes, I was an only child. Now, here's what's weird about Valyn. When I met her, I thought, well, she's a realtor. She goes, I always wanted to be an attorney. Anybody here wanted to be an attorney? Valyn, you're a little weird. Okay. But what excited me about introducing Valyn is when I got to know her, she says, here's my son, Brock. My son, Brock's here to visit with me. Guys, when you come to these events, bring your kids. Bring everybody with you because they can see you shine. So this is exciting. She actually lives, now get this, she lives in Atlanta, that's in the U.S., and Manchester, England. Splits time between Manchester, England, and Atlanta. Let's give it up for Valyn Lyons! Come on!
I'm so excited to be here. Wow, this is such an amazing opportunity. Thank you. I am Valyn Cole Lyons with the Cole Realty Group, team lead for Team TCRG. Woo! Thank you. That's a proud moment for me. So let me tell you a little bit about me. So I got my real estate license in 2008. Everybody remember 2008, right? Yeah. Everyone's asking me, why are you getting your real estate license? I'm like, what do you mean? I want to sell real estate. They're like, have you not seen the market? I'm like, yeah, I have. So 2008, 2009, 2010, it was rough. I think my first year I sold a house. Actually, it wasn't a house. I tell everyone it was actually a trailer. It was $60,000, but I sold it, and I was proud. So thank you. So the second year, it was a struggle too. I finally got it going around like 2010, I think it was. I got the hang of it. So decided to get my broker license 2014. This is the reason why I'm telling you this, because you have to ask the right questions. So today, when you're meeting people, ask the right questions. Because everyone asks me, why did you get your broker license? And I feel bad because it's not, everybody wants me to say, oh, I wanted to help agents be successful. No. I got my broker license because I was working for a new construction builder, and I was doing fixes and flips and working with investors, and I needed to double myself so I can be an associate broker and then a qualifying broker for my company, right? So that's really why I got my broker license, just being honest. It wasn't until 2018 when I got my first agent. Someone asked me to be their mentor. She joined my brokerage. And that is when I found my passion and my purpose. So you got to ask the right questions. So I realized at that time that I was able to teach her all of the things that I learned from 2008 to 2018. That was 10 years of real estate. I had the first couple of years was pain and suffering, all those foreclosures and short sales and renovations, and I did everything. New construction. So now here is someone that I can literally teach everything that I have learned. And I realized when I poured into her, and when she was a good student, and when she learned, she did like $8 million her first year. That's good, right? Your first year in real estate? So I kind of knew what I was talking about. So it became my purpose and my passion to literally pour into my agents. So that's why you see them on the screen, because that is my passion and that is my purpose, pouring into my agents. So when we do it, we win together. So I'm going to give you some production tips, some things that they get tired of me saying this because I tell them, I'm going to show you where the potholes are. My oldest son, he says this to me. He's like, Mom, you got to let me get my own bumps and bruises. I said, that's the dumbest thing I ever heard. Like, what do you mean? I'm like, if I tell you don't go that way, you still want to go that way, even though it's going to drop off, it's going to be like a sinkhole? He's like, well, yeah. I'm like, okay. Brock's my favorite now. It is what it is. So you have to prospect. Everybody loves marketing, because it's cute and we get to take nice photos. But unfortunately, we have to prospect. And do you know that in workplace chat, you can like go in there and host open houses for other agents? Because like we're like this one brokerage thing. Did you know that? That's like pretty cool. So all of my new agents get to host open houses and build a solid foundation, contacts, and prospect. You got to get on the phone. You have to make calls. You have to network. You have to get out there. And you have to use your resources. That's one thing that doesn't get old. There's so many resources out here for us to use that we do not use. I mean, I haven't even tapped into half of them. But that is one thing that I am really big on, is using our resources. Another thing is getting plugged in. Hey, everyone, you're plugged in. Pat yourself on the back. You're plugged in. This is getting plugged in. This is how you get plugged in. It's connecting and talking to people and showing up to things like this. This is how you further your business, by getting plugged in. And always remain a student. Listen, I know everything until I get on that Zoom. I have my notepad and my pen ready. When you remain a student, you can go so far. And you guys, we have 100 hours of live training. Like 100 hours. I tell my agents, there's no reason why you shouldn't know anything. Like, you literally can go into the resource, get on a training, and like you're an expert in like what, a couple of hours? So there's so much stuff out there for you to like get plugged into. And then time blocking. I'm amazing at it. Like, I am in England and in the US, and so I have to keep up with my meetings. I'm 5 hours ahead. But time blocking is really big. And the new thing for me is single tasking. Single tasking. So multitasking, it makes us sound fancy, like we're doing a lot of stuff, but we're not really getting anything done. It's just very confusing, right? Like, what are you like really doing? So when you're single task and you're working on one thing at a time, you're 80% likelier to get it completed, to get it done. And then accountability. You need an accountability partner. You need someone. When I have a coaching call, I will literally stay up all night to get it done so I don't get on that coaching call and say I didn't do it. Like, who? Don't tell me I'm the only person. Am I like the only person that waits the last minute to do whatever it was they were supposed to do? Come on. Yeah, so when you have an accountability person, you'll get it done. At least for me, I don't want to show up and say that I didn't complete it. Like, I'm going to stay up all night and get it done. So, you guys, we did it. We did something really huge. Doing all of these, I know this works. I'm going to show you how this works, okay? 2023, and I talk with my hands, sorry. My granddaughter is just like me. You should see her. She's like, gaga. So 2023, we implemented all of these production tips. And my team and I, that's the wrong way. Hold on. Wait. There it is. My team and I, we hit 100 million in production. 100 million, you guys. Oh my gosh. Thank you. We have been trying to get, and it's only 30 of us on my sales team. It's not like a lot of us. So 100 million. We have been trying, we were at 83 million, 92 million, but we did this in a down market. This is 2023. So I know those production tips work. I know they work. But when you have a goal and you have a purpose, write this down. Take a picture of this, because this is so important. You have to write it down. You have to make it plain. Set a deadline for it. Like, when is your date? I remember when I moved to Atlanta, I wanted to move to Atlanta. I closed my eyes, I picked a date, and I moved on that date. Then write a list of everything you have to do to get it done, to accomplish your goal. Then organize the list, and then take action. Do something every day. Do something every day. And then most important one, this is my favorite one. They call me a pit bull with a skirt on. Don't let anything get in your way of your goal. Nothing get in your way. So I moved to England 2021, speaking of goals. And our team and I, we were going global. I didn't know how we were going global, but, I'm crazy, they're crazy. They follow them, they're fearless leader. And, but in 2022, we did a thing. We made a move. This wasn't a lateral move. This was a big, ballsy move. We joined EXP. Yeah, we did. And the crazy thing was, I don't know if I'm supposed to say this, but I have been approached by people with EXP 1,000 times. Like, no, it's not for me. But my mentor, Chris, he met me where I was. He made it make sense. And I could not unsee what I saw for my team. Like, I just never been approached like that before. It never made sense, never explained it like that. So instantly, my agents were able to build wealth. They were able to get their cat back in stock. Like, I've seen people make $100,000 in stock options. Like, I'm like, guys, we're getting stock. We're getting real stock. And then EXP is a global influencer. Do you guys realize that? I don't think you realize that. EXP is a global influencer. And we have international offices. I've literally had a team meeting with my agents in the Portugal office. Yeah, I have an office in Portugal. I do. I actually listen to this though, was really fancy. I met a guy in Portugal. He had 5 agents on his team, and I was actually discussing with him joining my international organization. How about that? I couldn't do that before, right? Yeah. So, and then the network. Not only can we network with each other and network, that workplace chat thing, Glenn really outdid himself with that. Because, like, before I go to, like, Greece, I go in the chat. Then I go to Portugal, I go in the chat. Like, that made me super powerful. You guys, you don't want to see me out here because I really think I'm all that. Like, seriously. We are a global giant. You want to talk about attraction? Everybody wants to be global. Everybody wants to be international. We're in 24 different countries. How many countries are you operating in? How many countries are you operating in more than one country? Who's operating in more than one country? We need to have more hands up next year because we are in 24 different countries. We have right now a sales team. We're selling in DR. We have developers that we develop relationships with right now in Mexico. I was in Bali. They said they want to be in 100 countries. We're not in Bali yet, but I'm working on it. Touring properties. We have property tours in Dominican Republic. We have property tours everywhere, all over. I mean, it's amazing the opportunity that's out there with these 24 different countries. Every time I go, you know what I do? I look and see where our offices are so that I can tell the investors I'll meet them at my office. Because they always say, aren't you from the U.S.? You have an office here? Yeah. I'm international. I'm global. I do. That's our attraction. That's how you attract. Because look at every article you read right now. Everything says global or international. And half of them are not where we are. And domestically, part of our organization, we have a group that started Realtors in the City. So they have skate night. They closed down a whole skating rink and invited the agents all over the city to come out. So if you want to attract, you got to show them what's attractive about you. My girlfriend says she wants to get married, but she's always at home. So unless he's like the lawn guy or like the UPS guy, like you got to get out there and show people what's attractive about you. So they even have Wine Down Wednesday. So when people come, and everyone stands up and tells each other, you know where they're from, and so we're all in the room. So they're like, we're with EXP, and we're da-da-da. And they're like, oh wow. You guys, you got to show people what's attractive about you. But none of this matters, production, attraction, if you're not consistent. None of it matters. You got to do the work. You got to be consistent. You can't do it when you feel like it. Like, this is what we do. You have to be consistent. I'm going to tell you this story about consistency. So my ex-husband was a fitness trainer, and this hurt my feelings when he first said this to me. Now I can tell it as a joke. So I came in the house. He was my trainer, and I came in the house, and I'm like, do you know Deb lost 20 pounds? And he had been training me for months, and I only wanted to lose 10. I'm like, Deb lost 20 pounds doing We Fit. We Fit. She lost 20 pounds, and here I am going to the gym every freaking day. Well, it wasn't every day. I might be dragging it a little bit. So I'm like, yeah, she lost 20 pounds. He looks at me, and he goes, anything is possible when you're consistent. I'm Valyn Lyons, and I'm now the broker who travels. Thank you. That's my time.